birds are singing in the pines.
So I've finally seen Lawless, which is a movie that I've been interested in seeing for quite a while. Primarily because I felt like it is one of the biggest signs recently that Shia LaBeouf is finally shaking off the effects of the Transformers movies and the fourth Indiana Jones movie and is now deciding to go back to powerful performances again. And honestly, I think that's the best thing that could happen to him at this point in his career because, as I've said before, A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints was the best Shia LaBeouf performance I've ever seen. And when we're talking about Lawless, it should be noted that the project actually went through a lot of problems concerning lack of finance at one point, and all the actors involved basically jumped ship. Except for Shia LaBeouf, he actually stayed with the project, and eventually when it got its finances back together, he was able to star in it. So I think that speaks highly of Shia LaBeouf's dedication to what he thought was a good movie choice, and all the power to him for that. We basically get a movie which is supposedly based on a true story, though I'm not sure how much of it was actually true. It's about three brothers who are bootleggers in the 1930s. There's the oldest brother, Howard, played by Jason Clarke. There's Forrest, the middle brother, played by Tom Hardy. And then there's Jack, played by Shia LaBeouf. Now, the main character is Jack because he narrates the movie and we mostly follow the movie through his perspective. But we also get to follow Forrest quite a bit. Now, Forrest is probably the most fascinating character in the movie. He is this legendary figure in the county who they say cannot be killed, and he is the leader of his brothers and their bootleg organization. Because the thing about Howard is he's far too violent and brutal to be a leader, and Jack is the runt of the family, and he's a bit of a pushover and a bit of a loudmouth and kind of irrational. So it really falls to Forrest to be that balance between them and keep this project afloat. Now, of course, there are a few antagonists in the movie, but the chief antagonist would have to be the new deputy in from Chicago, played by Guy Pearce, and it is astonishing how much of a chameleon Guy Pearce is. I've always maintained that Guy Pearce is one of the best actors working today. He did a great job playing this very foppish yet very dangerous man who's trying to bring down the brothers and at the same time establish his own corrupt bootlegging system. We also get Gary Oldman as another famous criminal, but he's more on the sidelines of the movie because the movie is obviously about the three brothers, and their interactions with him are very limited. The brothers are also assisted by this young crippled farm boy played by Dane DeHaan. Now, Dane DeHaan, he's going to be popping up in a couple of other movies that I really want to see. I'm interested to seeing how he does in those movies because he did a great job in this movie. We also get two very good female performances from Jessica Chastain and Mia Wasikowska. Wasikowska plays the love interest for LaBeouf's character, and Chastain is the love interest for Tom Hardy's character. They're very different roles. Chastain plays this woman in from the big city, and she's been incredibly jaded by her time there. Wasikowska's character is the very timid daughter of a local preacher, and the movie takes its time showing how she is initially very standoffish towards Shia LaBeouf's obviously troubled character because he's involved in bootlegging and he's obviously got a few people coming after him. And the movie basically follows these characters as they conflict with each other. There's no real drive to the plot, per se. It's a very character-driven movie. When you get down to it, the performances are easily the best part of the movie, and that's excellent because that's what the movie most relies on. The movie also relies immensely on the authenticity of the sets and the backgrounds, and I think they did a great job with that too. If there was one flaw with the movie, I would say perhaps the fact that we're not entirely sure how much time ellipses between certain scenes, because a number of characters get brutally beaten or they get injured, and at the rate which their injuries heal, it really begs the question of how long it could have taken for those injuries to heal so well. But that's Hollywood for you. You'll always get that kind of stuff in these movies. In reality, there aren't that many flaws with the movie. Sure, there might be some anachronisms and there might be some plot holes. The climax did feel a bit rushed, but considering that it's based on a true story, I'm sure life does not always subject itself to a linear storyline with 3 acts, so I'm sure that could be forgiven. Hands down, I would recommend this film simply on the strength of the performances, the interesting soundtrack, the cinematography. Overall, this is a great movie, one of the best I've seen this year, and I'm really glad that it worked out.
His presence all around, fire in the sky.